What's up, y'all? B-Dub is back for another Dexter Season 8 review, Episode 5, This Little Piggy. Let's get started.
Dragon Ball Z, the anime master. Here we go, the anime master.
So, last week's episode, we have Deborah trying to kill Dexter after she found out that Harry killed himself because he couldn't really take what Dexter was doing in the code and etc. So, we open up the episode with Dexter and Deborah and Vogel, and they're having a small therapy session, which was pretty freaking awesome. Dexter, it was like a side we never seen before of Dexter. He's pretty much ultimately pissed off at Deborah. He's like hollering and complaining about that Harrison could have been an orphan. Who was going to take care of Harrison if he would have died, and etc. And Deborah's like, I don't know. I mean, she was really fucked in the mind, man. Then we have Vogel talking about that this was some kind of therapeutic release or something for Deborah, which is pretty fucking crazy. But Dexter acting pissed off was great. Great scenes. Deborah was trying to call Dexter, and he just deleting the message and everything. It was just great seeing that, because you really don't see Dexter too pissed off against Deborah, and that was great to see. One of the main highlights of this particular episode was the brain surgeon Yates. Yates kidnapped Vogel, and hey, it was like random as hell, but it's pretty hilarious that they played little music and whatnot. He just bust in there, bust the glass, took Vogel. And the strange thing is that Yates, this is just my opinion, Yates doesn't really scream the brain surgeon to me. He seems to be some kind of weird guy who had the surgery in the back of his head, and he has a foot fetish. I mean, it was kind of ridiculous. I mean, I think, I'm going to get to the brain surgeon theories later, but the whole capturing thing, it was interesting. The acting between them two was pretty good. When she was telling him that she understands, Vogel was telling Yates that she understands, she can help him. He's not really trying to hear it. And then there was this great scene where Vogel, she was about to get her foot, not her foot, but one of her toes clipped off. And she just smacks him and smacks him again till he bleeds. And I'm like, does this guy like pain? Does he like being dominated by a woman? Does he feel like Vogel resembles his mother because Yates' mother abused him and etc. when he was a child, and it caused his violent behaviors and whatnot? But moving on to other main highlights, Batista is trying to figure out whether or not he's going to choose Quinn or Miller as the next sergeant. In my opinion, this whole storyline is kind of like on the filler mode, but it's semi-interesting, kind of funny seeing Quinn trying to step it up a notch when he did the morning meeting and whatever. Other filler stuff, we have Masuka and his daughter. He assumes that she might be there for the money. I think she probably is. I know it seems kind of, cliche, but who knows, right? So Dexter finds out that Vogel has been captured from Deborah, and they pretty much go on this Batman and Robin team up mode, and they pretty much track down Vogel and Yates when Vogel left the cell phone on, and they was able to hear the conversation between Yates and Vogel. So Vogel, she hollering out to Dexter. They pretty much arrive at the place, and they try to find them. It appears that they were gone at first, but they were upstairs. Vogel, she was in the closet tied up, mouth strapped. But then Yates was under the bed, and then Dexter pretty much played games. He knew Yates was under there, and then they felt like they was about to leave, but then Dexter jabs him like some Friday the 13th Part 2 shit. I was like, holy crap, that was a Jason Voorhees move, Dexter. It was pretty freaking awesome. It was pretty cool to see Deborah not really be too fazed by it as well. I think she's finally starting to understand Dexter, and I'm pretty sure that the beef they had between themselves, Deborah and Dexter, is pretty much, just over, because Dexter, he's pissed off, but he's not like, he doesn't hate Deborah. And Deborah says that she can't really imagine herself living her life without Dexter. That's why she pulled him up when he was drowning in the water. That was a pretty nice and powerful scene as well. So the brain surgeon is dead. But here's the thing though, before I get to that, anything else that I missed for this particular episode, I'm going to say, oh yeah, the whole Hamilton thing, the kid Zach, it was pretty damn obvious that Zach killed the lady, I forgot her name. It's so freaking obvious. The father, he had the affair, but the kid, the kid had like a weird, like Joker impersonation or something. It was some pretty bad acting, in my opinion. But I'm pretty sure Zach is going to be the next big bad, I guess, according to the next episode preview. But hold on a second. Now, as far as the brain surgeon stuff, I think Yates probably wasn't the brain surgeon. Now, hold on a second. You may be thinking, why do I think that? Well, it's because it just doesn't fit. I mean, the brain surgeon used men. I mean, he killed men, and this guy's victims were women, and he had a shoe fetish. Now, he did have the papers of the brain surgeries and whatnot in the back of his head, which can kind of make it seem like he was the guy doing those things, and he did have some equipment and everything, you know, the little security setup. I don't know, Yates just doesn't scream the brain surgeon to me. I mean, it could be somebody else. He probably had an accomplice. Who the fuck knows? I could be wrong. They probably just killed him off because the whole brain surgeon thing was really not going anywhere. It was just going in circles. So, hey, I don't know. But that's just my, theory, I guess. One of the most special scenes was when Dexter took Deborah and Vogel to the drop-off spot where he drops off the dead bodies after he does a kill. That was a great scene. Dexter brought them because he wanted to be with family, and I think that was the most important thing about this episode was family, and it was just fucking awesome. Predictions for next week. Zach is supposed to be Zach is going to be taught the code, I assume, based on what Vogel said about teaching him the code. I don't think Dexter's going to be liking that, and it looks like it's going to be some crazy shit. Now, the whole new neighbor shit with the lady, I think her name was Cassie, filler be gone, please, filler be gone. But yeah, besides that, next episode is pretty interesting. I do want to see where things are going to go. I do hope Yates wasn't the brain surgeon because he had a kind of a anticlimactic death. I hope he wasn't, but if he was, okay, let's move on to something different. And I do kind of feel like, where is this season going to go? It's supposed to be the final season, right? So, where are we going with this? Anyway, my overall thoughts, great episode, great acting, brain surgeon is dead. I have a couple of things about it, like a couple of mysteries, like was that really the brain surgeon? And where are we going to go now that Dexter and Deborah are pretty much back in, back whole again, I guess. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this week's episode and your predictions for the season and next week's episode? I'm B-Dub, the Anime Master, and that was my review for Dexter Season 8, Episode 5. This Little Piggy. Peace.
Dragon Ball Z, the Anime Master. Here we go, the Anime Master. Nigga.